Enjoying your day. I know today is Sunday and it's the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York, so I hope everyone went and had a real good time because I didn't. I'm here in Connecticut, but anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed themselves, and I am about to do a tutorial for you guys, and I am making alcapurrias. I'm also making pastelillos, but I'm not gonna make a tutorial on that for the simple fact that I already got 3 recipes on alcapurrias. I mean, I do want to make more for this channel, but the ones that I'm making today is with the ground beef, and I already got a video on that. If anything, I'm gonna link all of those pastelillos recipes or tutorials down in the description box below. So for now, this is just a tutorial on how I make my alcapurrias. So let's get started. Okay, so let's go. All right, first, it looks like a lot, but trust me, it's not. You're gonna need oil, any type of oil, to fry your alcapurrias. You could use corn oil, you could use canola oil, vegetable oil, but you shouldn't fry your alcapurrias with olive oil because it's just a no-no. So you need corn oil, vegetable oil, canola oil to fry the alcapurrias. I'm gonna also, I don't know how to say alcapurrias in English, so I'm gonna write it down below in this video. And it's like a cassava, how could I say it? It's like a fritter, like a fried fritter, but I don't know how to like really say it. But I'm gonna try to get the word in English. I just know how to say it in Spanish, so I said Spanish. I'm sorry. So yeah, you're gonna need that, and you're gonna need extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna show you why. Okay, that's for something totally different. Alright, you're also gonna need this. I was gonna take out the packet and just show you just the packet, but I decided let me show them the box. There's different sazons. They even got the one from Goya, and they got the one I think from Knorr's, which is spelled Knorr, and it's basically like a blend of culantro and achote, which it gives it color to your food. It's like a saffron for Puerto Ricans or for Spanish people. So that's how we use this is what we use to add color to our food. And it comes like this, and this is how it looks. It's in small packages, and every time you cook, you always just use 1 pack. And wait a minute, I'm sorry, the camera's shaking. I'm trying to zoom it better. And you just use 1. You could use it for your yellow rice, for your beans, to season up meats. So we're gonna use that. I'm probably gonna use 2 because I do got a huge pack of ground beef. So let's put that there. I also have adobo. All right, and I also have, wait, let me do this right. I have a adobo. Usually they have the adobo with different color tops for different things. Try to get the red one or the blue one because that's the one a lot of people uses the most when it comes to adobos. I'm also going to use fancy pimientos. Alright, if you don't have pimientos, use a red pepper. Okay, so I'm just giving you options here. You're also going to need like 4 green bananas. Now everyone does alcapurrias differently. Like I may do mine different than probably someone that you know, but this is the way my mother taught me, and this is the way I'm gonna do it. And never had a complaint about my alcapurrias. I had made so much alcapurrias and given them out, and people love my alcapurrias, so no complaints. Like I said, everyone does it differently. So 4 green bananas, not yellow bananas, green. Make sure they're real green. Garlic, onion powder. I'm also gonna use black pepper. I'm gonna use a little bit of basil. So let me explain this. You know, this is optional because we don't put basil in our alcapurrias. But one day I did put it, and it just gave like a different taste to my alcapurrias, and it was so good. So, you know, that's how I ended up doing mine. Like everybody, you know, when you do like recipes like this, you tweak it and you do it your own. You know, you know, I may do it this way. You may follow my recipe, but then you may end up adding something of your own, and that's how you build your own recipe and your own, you know, dishes and stuff like that. So mine was me adding a little basil, and I love it. So I'm gonna add that. But if you don't want to add it, that's fine. I'm also adding ground cumin, which is comino in Spanish. And I also have some oregano. And I'm also gonna use this. This is caldo de pollo, and it's powder form. All right, so it's like a, I don't know how to say that, bouillon, something like that. I can never say that word. So that's how, if you have like the you know, like the cube one, you could use that, you know, to substitute with this. And it's usually, let me put the camera down for us, because this is new. I bought this yesterday. It's usually like this, and it comes in packs. All right, it's good for cooking, to make your own chicken broth, to make chicken soup, you know, and all that other stuff. You're gonna need green peppers. I'm not gonna use the red peppers because I got pimiento. I got this right here. But like I said, if you don't have the red pimiento, you could use this. I got yellow pepper. I got an onion there, and I got cheddar cheese. Don't be making fun because it's from Super A. But anyway, this is what I have, because I'm gonna do some with ground beef and some with ground beef and cheese, and I'm gonna show you both. I also have some garlic here. If you want to use powdered garlic, by all means, but let me tell you something. The more ingredients that you use that is like vegetables and that are fresh, the more banging your alcapurrias is gonna be. You know, so I would suggest you use real garlic in this recipe, because when you bite into it and bite into like an onion, a pepper, or garlic, you're gonna be like, these are so good. Take it from me, buy the real garlic. Also, you wanna also have sofrito. If you don't know what sofrito is, it's a blend of different herbs and stuff like that. But I'm gonna link the video on how to make sofrito. You could add this to your beans, your rice, your chicken. It's something that we use, you know, for all of our cooking, you know. So I am gonna leave the link, and you just freeze it up and you use it every time you cook. I am gonna link it below for you can know how to make it. Also, if you don't have this, for all of my Dominican friends out there, you could use also ranchero. I'm not gonna use ranchero, I'm gonna use the sofrito. But if you're Dominican and you wanna do this recipe, you could use ranchero. Ranchero is very good. I love using ranchero on my beans. Oh my God, it tastes so good. So I'm just letting you guys know, trying to give you some, you know, substitutes here. And last, oh no, not last, but last over here, you're gonna need achote, whole achote. It's basically like these little seeds, all right? They do sell the ground achote, but I mean, if you want to use that, you could, but I really don't want to add that, because I want to make this with with the extra virgin olive oil, and I'll show you why in this video. And this is how it basically looks. All right, so this is usually in the Spanish section in the supermarket, so just look for it. all right? And I'm gonna show you how to use this, okay? You're also gonna need, and you guys are lucky because I was gonna do something. I was gonna open this up and then just throw it away, but I said no, I can't do that because I like to show packages and I love to show the actual thing that you really need to make food. You know how I am. I like to go into details. For those that are doing this for the first time, this is grated cassava, which is yuca rallada. All right, and this is like a more easier and more faster way to make alcapurrias. Now, if you want to go and buy cassava or yuca and grate it yourself, by all means, do it. Like, make it your own, like I always tell you guys. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is like a faster way to do it, all right? You buy a 5-pound bag, and you just, what you have to do is make sure they're very soft, all right? Usually this is in the frozen section in a supermarket. If you buy it frozen, make sure that you either leave it in the refrigerator like overnight with a plate, all right? In case they got like a little hole, you don't want like all that, you know, all the stuff to leak and stuff like that. Or if not, in the morning time, wake up real early in the morning and take it out, put it in the sink to thaw out. And then you do your alcapurrias in the afternoon. It should be nice and soft, all right? And it's usually, this is just yuca, and it's already grated for me, all right? But I am going to show you how to use this because you just can't, oh yeah, this is easy, let me go and put it together. No, you got to drain out all that water that's in there, and I'm going to show you how to do that. You also need ground beef, which is in the refrigerator. I'm going to show you that next. And this is just a bonus. I got here some discos, all right? And basically, this is what I'm going to use to make pastelillos because I'm making alcapurrias and pastelillos. And since I got a real big pack of chopped meat, I want to show you that you could do 2 in 1, all right? Which is you could do the yuca, and if you got any ground beef left over, finish it up and just do some pastelillos. That's it. So that's why I have it. I got 3 packs because I do plan to do some with ground beef and some with salami, cheese, and ham. Like my kids like cocas in their pastelillos, which I got a video on that. It's below. The link is below. And that's why I have it. So this is all the stuff that you need, plus the ground beef. It's not here. It's in the refrigerator. So first we got to do the meat. So let's go to that next. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, I know I said that I'm going to do the meat first. The meat is on the other side. I'm going to show you that right now. I'm letting it brown up. I'm not adding any ingredients to the meat. I'm just cooking the meat. That's how I do it all the time. I like to cook my meat and then drain out all the water, fat, or whatever. So it's on the other side, which I'm going to show you. I don't know if you hear that sound. That's the pot. And I put a lid on it for it could just start cooking the ground beef. So I'm going to show you that next. But anyhow, you gotta get like a saucepan, and let me put this on medium. All right, now with this, you don't want to just walk away from this. Like, this cooks within a few minutes. All right, so I have extra virgin olive oil, and I hope I don't need more than this though. I'm doing a lot. I'm just gonna use the whole thing. I got more in the pantry if I need extra virgin olive oil. And you wanna do this first because you gotta let this cool down. That, and I'm gonna put some annatto seeds. You gotta add around like maybe, I could say like maybe two big tablespoons full. And for the demonstration, I'm gonna use this spoon for you to know exactly the color that you're really looking for. Okay. So let me get just a little spoon just to mix it around. Right, so. Okay. I'm gonna put that to the side. And, whoops. I'm gonna fast forward this part so you can start seeing how it's gonna start changing colors. Okay, you see that? You see that little twinkleness going on? That's when it's serious, okay? Don't walk away from that, because this could burn and mess up your oil, and you gotta start all over again. And as you can see, now it's developing into a nice, beautiful color. This usually takes around like maybe 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how much oil you're using. I would suggest you use olive oil. I mean, if you want to use corn oil and stuff like that, you can. But since we're gonna add this to the masa of the Alcapurrias, I want to use olive oil. This is a very, how could I say, not fat. Well, it is fattening. This is not something you should eat every single day. Just eat it when you're in the mood, or you're like, if you want it. But it's not something you could eat every single day, because this does got a lot of calories, and you know, you gotta fry it and all that other stuff. So, okay, so at this point, I'm gonna turn off the fire. Okay, as you can see, I have a jar here, but I'm not gonna put it in there now. Let me take it out because I don't want it to keep cooking. And this is the color that you're looking for. All right. See that nice, beautiful. I'm sorry for the sound. It's that my meat. All right, let me do that. All right. So this is the color that you want. I wanted to use a white spoon for you to see the color that you're looking for. Okay. This nice, beautiful red color, orangey red color. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this aside, because we do gotta drain this, you know, for that way we could eliminate all the seeds. And I'm gonna start cutting the veggies next. I'm gonna do this, and this, and just like maybe half of each one. So a half of the yellow one, a half, which I think I got a half here. Yeah, of the green one, and half of onion. So let's do that now. So I'm gonna put it all here. And I will be mixing this with a spoon, like you know, just to mix it all around. All right. You know, just for when I do decide to put into the meat, it'll be all mixed up. So this is how first of all, I have a little bit of garlic here. Okay? And as you can see, I usually make my own garlic. I don't really puree it. I used to before, but I don't really really make it really I don't know how to say it, puree it. I usually like to have it in like chunks like this, so in case I do fry any plantains or I want to use it for my cooking, I could. So I love garlic a lot, so I like it to like be visible in my food. So I could be like, yes, garlic, you know. So this is a pest. I hope I'm saying it right, because in Spanish it's copilon. I hope I'm saying it right, but I think this is a pesto. All right, and this is what you're gonna need when you do your garlic. You put your garlic in here. Let me open this up, because this is how I went shopping yesterday, and I didn't, you know. And what you do is usually you put some in there, all right, but you gotta add just a little bit of salt, because that stops it from, when you're like banging it, and like when you're, you know, squashing it or whatever, it doesn't fall all over the place. Because if you do it like this, you make sure that you have your hand covering and just try to smash it, for that way the garlic cloves won't fall all over the place. If you put a little bit of salt, just be very careful, like not adding too much salt to your food, you know, if you're gonna use this for like your cooking and stuff like that, is what I'm saying, because the salt actually stops it from flying all over the place. It's like a sand for the garlic, if I'm making sense. All right, so, but I don't do it like this. All right, I'm just showing you a way that you could do it. All right, I do not do it like this. I got so accustomed to doing it my old bootleg way, because I remember one day I went like, I think almost a year without any garlic. I mean, without any pesto, because someone, I think, borrowed it or took it, I don't know. But I got so used to not using it that I ended up doing it my own way in my house. So I am gonna use some. Usually I cut the tips off, but these are very clean garlic. Like I don't even have to cut the little tips that's in the side. I mean, yeah, on top. So put this here. I'm just saying, if you don't have a pesto, you could do it this way, is what I'm saying. All right, you don't have to do it my way, but I'm just showing you how I do it my way. And I actually like it like this. I've grown to do it like this. I take a Ziploc bag, I seal it, but make sure you take out all the air. Okay. Then you take like one of these meat tenderizer thingies and try to put it in the middle, because if you try to put it on the side and you're banging it, it will, you know, make holes and fly out. So I usually put it in the middle. And as you can see, I'm smashing them, and I'm still trying to put it in the middle. I try not to smash it too much, because like I said, I don't like it too puree. I like chunks, but that's just me. You do it the way you want to do it, all right? So I'm gonna continue this. As you can see, we are done here, and I'm gonna do a little shake. Make sure all of it is under there. Okay. Now, I know you're thinking, you're gonna use that much garlic? No, I'm prepping garlic for the week as well, so I'm gonna use it in the same thing, in the same container that I do all my garlic, so you get all that garlic. And this is usually how I do my garlic for like for the week or 2 or 3, depending, you know. All right, and we could throw this away. And this is how I do it. I'm getting the extra virgin olive oil. I would suggest do it with extra virgin olive oil. At least that's a good oil, you know. Don't use like corn oil or you know, stuff like that. Use olive oil. And you want to make sure that it's not going over the garlic, but almost there. You know what I'm saying? So. All right, and that keeps it from being fresh, but it's also good to add a little of this olive oil to your food and your cooking as well. So as you can see, I put the garlic, the oil right where the garlic is, okay? So that, and also I add a little bit of white vinegar, all right? And this could also be used to make fried plantains, since I'm making a lot, like a half of these containers that you could get probably in a Chinese store or whatever, like 2 caps full, maybe 2 or 3, all right? And I'm gonna add some salt. If I was to measure this, I would say like maybe a half a teaspoon. It depends how you like your food, but don't add too much salt. And just a little bit of pepper, just a little bit, like whatever to your liking. All right, and we're gonna mix this. And like I said, you could use this to also make fried plantains. All right, just and try to taste it like with the spoon, and taste it if you need to add maybe a little bit more salt, but this is perfect to me right there. You could taste a little hint of the vinegar, and the salt and the pepper. So I'm gonna leave it like this. So with this, I'll probably add maybe a tablespoon to my ground beef, all right? But like I said, I'm prepping for the week as well. So put the top on, and that's how I make my garlic. So let's do the meat next. Okay, so while I did everything else, my chopped meat got to cook. As you can see, no seasoning, no nothing. This is the way I do my chopped meat. You want to add everything while you're cooking your ground beef, by all means, but I like to take out all whatever water, grease, and everything that comes out of chopped meat, and I like to drain it, and then I put it back in the pot, and then I do all the seasoning. So I'm doing this, so I'm gonna put it in the pot, and then I gotta show you something that's very, very important next. So I already put the ground beef in the pot. I'm gonna show you that next. But first, after I took the ground beef, I washed this out real good. You need something like this, something with like holes, all right? Very, very, very important, okay? So you need something like this. You have to do this now because this needs time to drain for at least like at least good 10 to 20 minutes depending. You're gonna open this up, your pack, all right? Sorry that you can't really see it, but I am trying my best. All right, and as you can see that I put it in there, it's nice and soft. Okay, that didn't look right, but you know what I mean. Nice and soft. And you see that? That's all the milk and stuff that's gonna be coming out of there, look. See how it's dripping, all that like white stuff? That's what you gotta try to get out, all right? So let it sit here for at least a good, maybe put it like 10-15 minutes, all right? Just to try to take out any excess liquid from here, all right? And let it do its thing, because you want to do that because you don't want this to be in your alcapurrias, you know? So I'm gonna do that, let it do its thing, leave it here. All right, and then we're gonna work on the chopped meat next. So by the time like I put everything together and it cooks, this should be good to go, and we could start seasoning this next. Okay, so while like the little bit of liquid is draining out of the cassava, which is yuca, I had turned this off, so I'm gonna turn it back on. You want to put this on medium, and And as you can see that it's like kind of chunky. I'm gonna use something like this to try to just break it apart a little bit. Let's say if you don't have like something like that, you could use something like this. This is like a potato like masher. Just, you know, do like that. Like if you was doing mashed potatoes, you know. And trust me, this helps too. Okay, so I got all of my seasoning next to me. I did forget 2 ingredients. I'm so sorry, but I am gonna start having like a list. Like it's gonna be called grocery list of every items that I used here today, and you can know what to buy in the supermarket. So, you know, check it out. So this is what we're gonna do first. First, I wanna add my onions and peppers and stuff. Now I can't tell you how many pounds is this, because the truth is, when I bought it, I put it into a Ziploc bag and I threw away the packages and everything. But this is a huge pack. Okay, so if you do a big pack like this and you do got some left over, you could use the chopped meat to make, like, let's say, you could save the rest, put it in the freezer. Maybe you could use it to make, like, later on in the week, some pastelillos, or you could make Alcapurrias, not Alcapurrias, pastelillos, which is what I'm doing today. And there's different ways you could use chopped meat, so I'm just saying. Nothing goes to waste in my house. If I have a little extra of something, believe me, I put it in the freezer, in the refrigerator, and I will use it for the week. So, I'm gonna use 1, 2, you know what, 4. All right. Okay, so also this is also optional. I am gonna add some potatoes, and this is, like I said, optional. I like to use it. It's very filling, so you can make, maybe you can eat like 1 or 2 instead of eating like 4 or 5. It's only optional, but it really tastes really good. And I used it from this. All right, it's already cooked. You know, you drain out the water and you cut it into pieces. All right, if you want to boil your potatoes, like use like 1 or 2 potatoes, you can, but this is like the fastest way to do it, you know. So I'm doing that. It's only optional if you want to do it. All right, and I got sofrito here. It's still a little frozen, but it's okay. If I had to guess how much is that, it's like maybe 3 tablespoons of sofrito. And I forgot to also mention we're gonna need tomato sauce, but you don't want to make it like a spaghetti sauce. You just want to just wet it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just only add, I'm gonna do half, and let's see if I'm gonna add the whole can. All right, so I'm not trying to make spaghetti sauce here, you know. And we're gonna use this. This is the powdered chicken. Whoa. And I am gonna use 2 of these because this is a big pack that I have here. I am gonna use adobo, but I'm not gonna use a lot since I used 2 packets of sazon. So be very easy with this, because if you add too much of this, it could end up coming out, you know, salty. So I like to start off with adding a little bit, and then I'll taste it a little later on while it's cooking. And then if I want to add more, I'll add more. Also, if you don't want to add this, then just add salt. So I'm gonna go like, that's it, one time around, real quick too. All right, onion powder, just a little bit because I already got chopped onions. But like I said, with the fresh onions, when you bite into it, it tastes so good. Maybe like a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of this, depending on how much, you know, onion powder you like, because this is not salty. A little bit of pepper as well, also to your liking, because if you like heat. A little bit of cumin, don't add too much, just a little bit. Oh, yeah, I forgot I bought this yesterday. Alright, so I'm just gonna add a little bit. Because, you know, cumin is like very, very strong. Also, oregano, I just have it like this, okay? So, I like oregano, so I'm gonna sprinkle a lot. And like I said, it's to your liking. Plus, oregano makes your food taste really, really good. That's my garlic that I showed you earlier. And like I said, this garlic, you could use it for cooking, for anything, for your fried plantains. And I'm gonna add some of that oil in there for it could wet the meat. Okay? I'm gonna add 2 spoons, spoons like this, because it is a small spoon. So, and also this is also optional. I didn't show you this in the beginning of the video, but I got some Spanish olives. And like I said, this is optional. Me personally, I love, and I mean love. And try to add some of that, you know, some of those. That's why you should get the Spanish salad olives, because it comes with these little pimientos and it makes your food taste real, real good. And just add a little bit of the liquid. That's it. All right. So let's turn this and let's see how this goes, or how it's looking. See, you gotta add any more. Very, very good. So I'm gonna use the spoon that I used the garlic, and I'm gonna get a little bit. I got a little bit of everything here. My God. Oh my goodness. It is so good. I'm not adding nothing else. This is good right here. Alright, and look at how it looks. Make sure you mix it around. It is so flavorful and so good. I am gonna put this on real low and try to cook it for like maybe another like real low though. I'm gonna have it for like 10 minutes. You know, just for all the flavors could blend together. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna add no salt, no pepper, no nothing, because this is just perfect. You don't want it too salty, but you want flavor. So I'm gonna leave this, and we're gonna do the bananas next. Okay, so I forgot to mention that in the meantime, let me just put this away. In the meantime, and I didn't end up using all of this. All I used was a half a can, because like I said, I don't want it to be like, you know. And let's push this to the side. Put that there. In the meantime, we're gonna do the achote oil. Alright? Be very careful. You don't want this all over your floor. It will stain like the spoon or whatever. So real quick. And you're gonna need something like this. Now, this is definitely gonna stain this, and I'm gonna be washing this for weeks before it really goes, you know, the flavor, not the flavor, before the color goes away from here, but I don't have nothing else, so I'm gonna have to use that. And, okay, wait a minute, my camera just lopsided because of the, okay, sorry guys. This is the life of editing and all that stuff. I'm telling you, it's not easy doing videos. I always say that in all of my videos. So as you can see, I have something like this. All right, this was from spaghetti sauce. When I have like something like, you know, like this is olives, and as you can see, it's almost finishing. I usually run it in hot water for the sticker could get loose. I clean it up real good, and I save these for sofritos, for storage, food storage, whatever. So we're gonna use this. Let's hope I don't put it everywhere. Ay, Dios mío, I'm so scared. Oh my God, I can't do that either. Oh, what am I gonna do? Let's see. Think, Ovi, think. You know what? I'm gonna use this for now, and then I'll pour it in there because this is too wide. If you got like something like a little smaller, like the small ones, then you could put over, then fine, use it. But this is too wide, and I don't want it to, you know, go all over the place. So this is what you're gonna wanna do. Okay. All right. And as you can see, it's draining. You don't want none of those seeds in your food. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, so. Oh shit. OMG. Yes, did you see that? Yep, you saw it. Talking about blooper, but this is what it is. I'm telling you, this is a very tasty but dangerous weapon. So anyway, I am gonna clean this up. I'm gonna I'm gonna close it up real good. Okay, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna clean it up in the sink. And what you could also do is, if you got like, let's say a label machine, you could just label achote oil, and you could use this, like I said, for your rice, for cooking as well. So this is it. This is it right here. Look at this. Yep, even I make mistakes in the kitchen, okay? So I am gonna clean all of this up, and then I'm gonna tell you what to do next. Okay, so as you saw, I just finished peeling all of my bananas, and you're gonna need like something like this. It's a grater, it's different kinds that I have here, but you're gonna wanna use something like this, you see? This is a little old, so it's a little busted, sorry. But you're gonna wanna use something like this to grate it, okay? Don't use like nothing like this or even this. You need something like this to really grate it. Watch out with your fingers because you don't want to get hurt. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna fast forward this part. Doing the bananas. This is the way it looks. I know it looks so yucky, but all right. And now we're gonna take out the yuca and we're gonna put it in there. By the way, my hands are clean while I'm doing this whole process, and I am making this for just me and my kids. But if, like, let's say you're selling it or whatever, you know, use some gloves or whatever, or if you're making it for someone. I'm not saying you gotta do it the way I'm doing it, but, and as you can see, I drained. Alright, so the only thing about this is that it's really messy to make this, and on top of that, your nails will get jacked up. So don't say I didn't warn you. Alright, usually I put the grater in hot running water, but considering that I gotta do this part, I am gonna just leave it like that until I finish this part. So now to add color to this and all that stuff. By the way, this is a 5-pound yuca, alright? Let's see. I might add a little salt, I'm not sure. Let's see. And I'm just getting all my stuff together, guys. Okay, so this is it, all right? And it is hard for now, but we're gonna do this right. Okay, so let's just do this. This is more of a like a an alcapurria de yuca, but me and my mom like to add a little bit of the banana, but it don't be too hard. It could be a little bit soft. I might have to get my hands in there, so I'm just letting you know. So first you're gonna need, this. This is the oil that I showed you, the achote oil. And I'm eyeballing everything, so I hope maybe you could just eyeball it as well. So I'm gonna just add a little drop. Okay, there you go. All right. And I might need this again, so let's leave that there. I'm not gonna add no salt until I taste it after I add the sazon, all right? I'm gonna start off with 1 pack. Like I said, I don't measure, so, and this gives it a nice color. I might add 2, I don't know. And this is optional, but one day I did it with basil, and I've been doing it ever since like that, because it just gives it like a different taste. Now, I don't add too much of it, and you want to get the ground basil, not the fresh one. Don't add too much. This is a very strong product here. So just add a little bit for people could taste it and be like, but what is that you add, you know? That's what you're gonna want to do. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit, and that's good right there. I might add a little bit of oregano, I'm not too sure. Let's see. And I'm gonna add some garlic. I'm not gonna add the fresh garlic. You could use powdered garlic for this part because this is supposed to be like mashed. So you don't want to add that. And add as little or as much as you want. If it's garlic powder, you can add. Now if it's garlic salt, I wouldn't suggest it because then you're gonna make this batter like kind of salty. So just use garlic powder. And I am gonna use just a little bit of oregano, not too much, just a little hint. There you go, that's it. And let me wash my hands. Okay, so I did transfer to this bigger pot because that was a little too small and you really want to get in there. So that's why, I mean, I wanted to be fancy and put the other, you know, bowl or whatever, the other plate, but that's just not going to do. So I washed my hands again, and by the looks of it, we still need more. So I'm going to add more of this. And I'm gonna add another packet of this. So far 2. I'm not gonna add no oregano, none of that. And then I'm gonna do it again with my hands. Now this is like a little different than the one that you do that is just only green bananas, because you know you could do that one too. This is more yuca, so it's not gonna have that same soft texture when, you know, like the green bananas. This is gonna be a little bit more like a little harder maybe, but trust me, I like this one better than the other one. And you also want to make sure that you mix it very well. See how now I'm getting into it, and then the other plate was just giving me problems. So, and you want to make sure that you're covering all of this batter with that nice, beautiful, like orange reddish color, you know. So try to really mix in there, right? And I still see a little bit of the whiteness, so I'm still gonna go in there. Okay, so I'm gonna taste it with a spoon to see if I need to add any more like sazon or salt or whatever. I probably won't add no more sazon. I'm just probably gonna add salt from this point. The sazon could be a little bit like salty, so. And I know that this is not good to taste it raw, but I do it like that. Even with pasteles, I do it like that. And yeah. Definitely needs salt. Alright, and I'm gonna add yeah, we definitely need salt. So I'm gonna cover up this tablespoon and see if we need it. And I am gonna add a little bit of achote oil. Like I said, don't worry about it. You're probably thinking that's too greasy. That's the way it is, you know. Alright, so that's why I made a lot. So that, and I'm gonna probably add a little bit of basil. I want to taste the basil in there, and this is a lot, so and I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic. Why not? To me, it tastes a little too bland, so that's why I'm adding more. So hopefully the third time's a charm. So let's go. Clean that spoon again just to taste it. To me, it needs more salt. I don't know why, but so I'm gonna add this amount. And you know what? I don't care. Where's the oh, right here. I'm gonna add another sazon. And I'm not gonna add no more of the achote oil, okay? Because I don't want this to be too soft. It has to be like this texture, because when you do it and you start doing the alcapurrias, you want this to mold the right way with the meat, all right? And I will show you that the next step, all right? So wash my hands, clean the spool again. And I know this is nasty, but I had to taste it for the salt. Just a little bit. It's not gonna taste that pleasant, but you just want to know like if you have the right amount of seasoning. Perfect. That's it. I can throw my spoon in there because I know it tastes real good. Okay, so I have everything prepped here. I got my alcapurria masa there. I got my ground beef here. I have in the refrigerator I also have this. I cut up some of that cheddar cheese. You could use American cheese if you want with this, but I'm gonna use cheddar. All right, I'm just gonna put it in the refrigerator because I'm not gonna take it out and let it melt while I'm just letting it sit here. When I'm ready to show you how I'm gonna do that, then I'll show it to you. Hold on a minute. All right. Okay, so with your clean hands,
Mom,
yes.
this food is like amazing. I haven't had this food like in a long time, like a year.
All right. So with my hands, I'm just gonna add just a little, when I mean the smallest little drop, just like this, of extra virgin olive oil. And I know this is not gonna be appetizing, but just to have it sticking like this. There's so much methods on how to do this. You could do it like the spoon trick, which I don't like to do that. To me it's complicated. You could also do it with like some waxing paper or aluminum foil where it just folds and stuff like that. I like to do it like this with my hands. So, and I'm not doing real big ones, but whatever you decide to do, all right? I'm gonna do like this much, and I'm gonna flatten it out. I put the olive oil for it could help it from not sticking if it sticks. All right, and you want to do it like that. And with the filling, I'm hoping it don't fall on the masa, but I gotta show it to you guys. All right, yep, it fell a little bit right here. You want to add the ground beef and slowly fold it. It's like you're making a relleno de papa. I mean, I don't know if you guys know what that is. A potato, I forgot, I don't even know how to say that in Spanish either. Like, so, and you just like slowly, I don't know if you're watching me, slowly fill it up. Hold on a minute, I gotta take out this for my son. Yeah, sorry guys. Peanut, let me get your plate. Okay, back to this. All right, and you just try to fill up the holes and push it in and fill. If you feel like you still need a little bit, just add a little bit. It's like, you know, patch it up. All right. I hope this is all making sense. Once you feel that it is already closed up and patched up, use your hands to then now mold it into an alcapurria. All right. Alright, so like I said, I'm making mine very small. Okay. Try to turn it from side to side. I know this is a little hard. That's why I'm not gonna lie, I like to do the Yuca one, because the Yuca one you could actually mold it with your hands. Now if you do the one like with all bananas, it could be a little complicated because it's so soft, and that's why a lot of people do like the spoon trick. you know, to try to fold it up and stuff like that. Number one, I like the Alcapurria, but I like the Yuca one better. And like I said, you can mold it better, okay? And then, to me, this is perfect. And I have this, sorry. I bought this at the Dollar Tree, okay? And it's long. And this is how I do it. All right, so I'm gonna keep forming them with the ground beef, and then I'm gonna show you how to do it with the cheese. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you another demonstration because you know how I am, and I can't just show you once just for you could, you know, get it, you know, because this part could be a little hard, or maybe a little bit frustrating if you don't know how to do this. So like I said, I got a big spoon here. It's a little bit bigger than a teaspoon, I mean a tablespoon, but this is a little bigger. All right, and like I said, a bowl, and you want to tap it. By the way, you only add a little bit of olive oil to your hand when you feel like it's starting to stick. Like maybe after like the 4th Alcapurria, then maybe you can add a little bit more to your hands. If not, then don't do it then, you know. Okay, you flatten it out like this. And I just switched over to a tablespoon because the other one had holes and it was like a big spoon. So I'm gonna add like 2 spoons. Oops. I mean, after all, it's all going together, right? And I'm adding 2 tablespoons. Or about, you know. You're gonna, when you bite into this, you're gonna taste the olives, the onions, the peppers, the seasoning, the potatoes. Even the potatoes taste good here. Another way you could also make this, some people has made it, I have made it, I'm not gonna lie, but some people don't like it. You could also add raisins. Yeah, you could add raisins here to have like that sweet and savory taste to your alcapurrias. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, if you wanna add raisins, add the raisins while you're adding all the ingredients and let it cook like I did. And then you could do it like that, but it's up to you. Some people don't really like raisins in their alcapurria or in their pasteles, so I'm just trying to do it for everyone could understand. Also, like I said, try to fold it, and while you're folding it, try to press it down because it's pressing down like that, and try to still form it while you're pressing down again. All right, and just like I said, try to cover it up and try to also go in the end. All right, and try to like close patch, you know. All right, and also try to like switch it from hand to hand, you know, like loosen it up, but you could get ready to really get into it. Now I'm gonna add a little bit. You could use your hands, I mean, if it's yours. And I'm just gonna patch it up. Okay, just a little bit. See? Bam. And now like little by little try to move it with your hands. This part you could tint it in a little bit. Alright. I'm trying to do it I'm trying to do this in a way for everyone can understand it, because you know how I am. I'm a channel that I try to explain everything because this is like a channel basically for beginners. Alright, there's hundreds of recipes how to make this, but I'm trying to make it in a way where if this is the first time you're doing it, you'll be able to understand it. So try to also patch around it, you know. Try to push it down a little bit too. Okay, to me this is perfect. Alright, and then voila. Now tell me those don't look like the perfect size alcapurrias. Come on now. So I'm gonna make one more and then I'm gonna start frying them. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna do the cheese one for you right now, so I could just get over this part and then just fry them and then just be over with the tutorial, and then I'll just do the rest of it. But I do want to also show you a way that you could freeze them in your freezer. Yep. And individually pack them, put it in the freezer for you can make it another time of the week. All right, so let me just take out my cheddar cheese. Anything for my beautiful subscribers. I hope that even though this video is probably gonna be long, but like I said, I like to do videos for beginners. I'm not trying to do videos for people that already know how to cook and stuff. I mean, if you know how to cook and you're watching this video and you like it, hey, thank you. You know. But my channel is really based on people that is just learning how to do these things. So that's why I take precious time explaining every little detail I can so you could understand it. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Okay, you see how I flatten it like a totone? Like a fried plantain. So alright, so I'm gonna try to add 2 spoons, but not 2 heaping spoons, just 2 small spoons. Want to make sure you grab all those little nice spices. You don't even understand. Listen, try these, do these babies. You'll thank me later. And I'm gonna add 1 cheese. I'm debating if I should put 2. Why not? And it's only if you want to do this, you know. Okay, so this is going to be a biggie, so I know I'm going to definitely have to fill this out. So just try to mess with it. Like I said, always work with the sides first. And then try to patch it like around it. Push it in as well. That's how I do it. Push, side, side, you know, like that. And sometimes try to like loosen it up in my hands because I'm pressing it down as well. Trying to explain this as best as possible, so tell me if I'm doing good. I'm gonna take a little bit, patch it up. See how I'm doing it? Patching it up. I don't know, I like the cheese. I don't know, I got a thing for cheese, and I'm planning to go on a strict little diet. That's why I wanted to make this, because after these pastelillos, I mean not pastelillos, after these Alcapurrias, I honestly don't think I'm gonna be eating fried food for a little while. And I'm gonna start exercising as well. Alright, I'm pressing it down because I can still like feel the cheese. And like I said, keep going. If you feel like there's something popping out, either you could patch it or try to press down for it could go inside. Okay, wait a minute, there's a little bit here. So after this, I don't think I'm still gonna do tutorials because I have to still cook for my family, but I gotta work on my health. But I love cheese. That's like my weakness right there. I like all type of cheese, especially with breakfast, all that. And cheese is good, but it's not good. I mean, it tastes good, but it's not good for you. All right, there you go. Bam! Look at this. Look at this. This nice Alcapurria. Wait a minute, I don't like the way that looks. There you go. I love when I cook, I swear. I don't know if you guys be hearing the passion in my voice, how much I enjoy doing this. Okay, so alright, so I already know that this is the cheese one. So let me show it to you. This is the cheese one, and the other ones is regular chopped meat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little break from this, all right, and I'll just do it behind closed like doors or whatever, not, you know, after I do this video, peacefully while I sit down and do it instead of standing up. But I'm gonna fry these next. Okay, so let's get this done. All right, like I said, you gotta preheat your oil, all right? Because if you don't, it will stick. And then when you're trying to turn it, it will break apart. So don't say I didn't warn you. Of course, you know that my oil's been preheating. I made pastelillos with them. And also, I have it right now on like medium low, all right? So I'm gonna just put it a little high, just a tad, because it's already preheated. So I am gonna try the, and when you do this part, you could put it in there like that, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. For the simple fact that you don't want to burn yourself. So I usually take something like this, or just a spoon, a big spoon. You place it nice and gently, all right? And, all right? And that's how you want to do it, all right? And when I say sticky, I'm going to show you what I mean by that, all right? Again, I'm gonna take it, and I'm also gonna show you how to store it so you can put it in your freezer. And then after that, the video will be done because I don't wanna make this video already longer than what it already is. But there it is. See how it glides? It's not gonna stick because that oil's been preheating. All right. So I'm gonna take the last one. Gotta be gentle, because like I said, this is just done. It's nice and fresh. Okay. All right. You can see it. I wish you could see it, but I don't know if you could see it from here. I'm only gonna do 3. I need to do some so I could take a picture of this. You see how that color is around the Alcapurrias? It means it's nicely frying. Alright, so let me put this here. You're also gonna need something like this, because you want to make sure that you have paper towels for it could drain all the excess oil. Like I said, this is not something you want to like make all the time, you know, because you're doing it?
Yes.
Okay. This is not something, be careful when you see you guys, alright?
Yeah.
Not something you want to do all the time, because it could be fattening, you know? And stuff, so. And stuff. There it is. Let me just move it slowly, because it's still very soft. Once it starts like frying and start like crisping up a little bit, then of course you could ramsack it if you want. No, I'm just joking. And also what you want to also do is you could add some nice hot oil to try to cook the front. But we are going to turn this, so don't worry about it. You know, just to get it started. Oops. Alright, so. And you want to have this, like I said, on medium heat. When you do freeze them and you're gonna make it, once you freeze them and you like want to make it, make sure that you take it out for like an hour or 2. Make sure that you put it like in the sink where, you know, on a plate where it could like thaw out a little bit. If it's still, if it's thawed out but it's still just a little bit frozen, what you could do is while you're cooking it with a fork, poke some holes and, you know, do like this, and it'll be cooking inside as well. Because sometimes when you freeze it and you put it in there, you think it's cooked, you know, because everything is nice and golden on the outside. But when you bite into it, it's nice and raw because it was frozen. So I'm just saying, little tricks that I like to show you guys. All right, so I'm gonna leave that there. We're also gonna make a simple mayo ketchup. So I'm gonna show you that real quick while that's cooking. And yeah. Okay, so what you're gonna do what you're gonna need to make the mayo ketchup, and that's just a bonus, honey. You're gonna need some ketchup. I would suggest that you use the Hellmann's ones because I bought this at Aldi's and I really didn't like it. I mean, I'm gonna use it, but I ended up, like yesterday when I went food shopping, I ended up, look, it's breaking right here. All right. I ended up buying the Hellmann's one, but I really didn't like it. But anyway, that you're gonna need ketchup and onion powder. That's it. All right. That is all you need to make this amazing sauce. Everybody makes the mayo ketchup different as well. Let me put this a little high. Makes it a little different. So I'm gonna try to add 2 spoons. I have this and I have this like small little wooden spoon. It's like a tablespoon. I can't show it to you because I want you to pay attention. You know what? This is gonna take a while to fry anyway, so let me just show it to you real quick. I have this so I could put it in here because like I said, I had to take a picture. It's not easy, I tell you. 1, 2. Peanut, let me get a tablespoon because I don't want to mix.
Okay, tablespoon.
You know what? No, it's alright. Shake it. I have to turn it, but not now. Peanut, I'm doing a video.
Okay.
Alright. Tablespoon. We might need more ketchup, but for now, let me just add it like that. And sprinkle a little bit of onion powder, depending on how much you want. I like a lot of onion powder, so. And we're gonna mix this up to see if it's the color that I am wanting. Yep, there it is. I thought he put just a little bit more ketchup. Cause you don't want this to, do you want this to be like a, how can I say it? Like a nice rosy kind of color. You don't want it too red, but you don't want it too white, you know? That's like a half a tablespoon. Just to add a little bit more color to this. And this is it. And I'm gonna taste it with my hands. So good. If you're into heat, you can add a little bit of pique. Because some people like pique with their Alcapurrias. I like it with heat, but I ain't got no hot sauce. But anyways, that there. And we got a nice sauce. So let me put this in the refrigerator. I'll show you everything in a minute. Let me back this up a little bit. Or I could show you how to turn it. I'm trying to do everything. Hold on. Damn, what's the baño? Oh, okay. What is this?
Homemade cake.
I'm good. Okay, I'm gonna try to turn this. 1, 2, try to touch it just a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. All right, look at that beautifulness. Wait a minute, hold on. Don't wanna, cause it's still raw on the top, so. There it is. Oh yeah, baby. No, 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 not you. Okay, so there goes the 3 right here. Damn, I forgot which is the one that had the cheese. I believe it's that one, the one that got like a little crack. I guess I didn't patch it up real good. That's why you have to patch it up real good. But hey, you know, you can't expect perfectness, you know. And plus, look at this nice, beautiful alcapurria. Like, come on, it's great. Oh, I can't wait to eat this. Okay, so I just took them out. Not sure if you could see it. All right, and I'm gonna use, from this point, I'm gonna use my iTouch for you could get like a better quality, because I know this camera does not do it justice, so I'll be back. Okay, so here we go. Here's the Alcapurrias. As you can see, this one got like a little like hole because I guess I didn't patch it up right, so you do gotta be careful. But honey, trust me, it's still eatable. It's just a little hole and you can still fry it, and trust me, it'll taste really good. It doesn't make a difference, all right? Remember, these are homemade alcapurrias, so they're not gonna always be 100% perfect, especially if they're very fresh, like I just made them, and then to put them in the oil, you know, it's gonna probably, you know, have a little crack or whatever. But this is how it looks. I ended up adding two little, you know, like a whole bunch of like cilantros just for garnish. And yeah, I did change the cup because the red was really bothering me, and I was like, oh, I need the white. It just probably will look better. And since, like I said, I gotta take pictures of all this, and I gotta put it like as a you know, like on the thumbnail for YouTube, you know, I just wanted to change it to white. It was gonna annoy me if it would have been red. But this is how it looks. So I did 4 already, and I got the Ziploc. You want to carry it very, very gently, all right? I'm gonna put a little bit up so they can see it.
Yeah, I'm doing the recording.
And very quietly, very slowly, put it in there. Like, you know, take your time.
Take your time.
And then see how it is in the bag. Of course, you're gonna need these type of bags, sandwich bags. And then you just put it down, Chunky.
Yeah.
Then you go and you just twirl it. And that's how you're able to save it, all right? So, Chunky, come with me to over here if I can show it to them. Right here. All right, so right here, Chunky.
Right here, right here.
Yeah, you gotta show it right here.
Oh.
Okay, so that's where I'm putting them that in my freezer. I put a little aluminum foil there. If you're gonna do it, let me hold it for now. Yeah. If you're gonna do it with cheese and like if you're gonna do like one separate with cheese and one with the ground beef, I would suggest, I mean, unless you don't really care which one you eat, you know, to kind of separate them. Also, I would also suggest that since you are gonna be putting them on top of each other and putting them in the freezer, I would suggest like every time you have like 4 or 5, put them in the freezer, then do another 4 or 5, and then put that one on top of that one. For that way you could give the ones that is in the bottom a chance to like at least firm up a little bit, so that way it doesn't get too squished. You know, you get what I'm saying? So that's how you could do it in the freezer. I hope that even though this tutorial is very, very long, but I hope that it was helpful in many, many ways, because I showed you how to do it from scratch, from the beginning to the very, very end. I showed you how to try to like mold it. I showed you how to prepare it. I showed you how to fry it, the color that you're looking for. I showed you how to do the Mayo Ketchup, and I showed you how to freeze them and bag them properly. So you're getting a lot. I just had to do this video. Look at this cheese. Oh, that's why you need to try this. I just wanted to rip it apart, but this is how it looks. And let me take a bite. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Look at this. Oh my God. This one tastes so good. The other one tastes good, but like I said, I love cheese. You should really try it both ways. So yeah, I had to take a little break from doing my alcapurrias because I'm making this for my kids. And it is pastelillos, but I just do it kid friendly with like cold cuts. This is salami, spiced ham, and I got the cheese back there. And my kids love this, let me tell you. I also have extra empanada doughs, for that way I can make pastelillos with the ground beef, because I made extra. Do not throw away these papers, because you could layer them on top of each other when you do your pastelillos. And if you put them on top of each other without this paper, it will stick. And then when you're pulling them apart to fry them, it will break apart. So you need that wax paper. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. If you got wax paper, fine. But why spend yours when you could get it free in the bag? And of course, you need to drain these babies out. So you need some napkins up in here. I'm going to show you how they look. I'm frying some more. I know my kids is gonna eat like 3 or 4. I'm not gonna eat this. I'm waiting for the Alcapurrias. And this is the way it looks. Y'all should really make this for your kids. Kids love this.